Valorant is a bad game. Or more so, I'm bad at Valorant. I love playing Valorant, but I'm really bad at playing Omen. And how people typically get better on game is by watching tutorials. But with over hundreds of videos out there, how do you know which video will actually help you? And as a proud silver player, I want to see how high I can climb on Valorant using YouTube tutorials and TikToks as my guide and getting better at Omen. So I hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, and subscribe. Thanks. Omen is a controller, meaning his primary role is to control the map using smokes to create choke points for teammates, but some people consider him as a duelist sometimes due to his four abilities: his smokes, paranoia, shrouded step, which allows Omen to play as a duelist, but we'll get into that later, and his ultimate. Now we're going to take this training arc one step at a time, but just know every day I'm doing aim training practices so my aim is good enough. As in Valorant, if your aim is trash, you're going to be trash. But first, I want to show you guys mostly a full game so you can see my current skill level of Omen. So I'll start off the round holding a one-way smoke I placed, which is used to create a scenario where you can see the enemy but they can't see you. And at this point, this is the only one-way smoke I knew. I wait for my teammates to check the corner and rotate. I check middle, and you can definitely see the skill level my aim is at. So wibbly wobbly. I use a smoke to block mid as I hear shots, which is fine, but then I see my teammate die and I just shut the door without even peeking the corner, which I'm confused on why I did, because now it's a 2v3. But I noticed we have the bomb, so I smoke the choke and TP to get a weird angle to catch the enemy by surprise, which actually does work, but I die straight after, but we won the round anyways. In this game, I'm just using my util wherever I can, as Omen smokes are weird compared to other agents of smoke. Normally, you get a screen to place the smokes, but Omen's is way different. I can't even explain it, but just know when I'm in the screen, you can still see me in the game. So I'm placing the smoke here to block cover, but you can still see me anyways. If someone was there, I probably would have died. But even then, I'm still doing good things in this game. You know, I'm smoking chokes, smoking from across the map to support my team, TPing to get different angles, and I actually do have one or two pop-off plays. But there are a lot of times when I'm not using util, not blinding around corners, or even helping my team, and I'm placing smokes in weird areas. So now you know my skill level, it's time to start on Omen smokes. Smokes as a util has always confused me on Valorant. I never understood the true purpose of using a smoke, so the first step was understanding when and why to use a smoke. Also, I'm not completely hopeless in this game. I do understand some basic plays like smoking chokes at the start of the round, but there are situations outside of the start of the round where I have no idea where to put my smokes. So I'll watch these videos to understand where higher level players were placing their smokes, why they were placing their smokes, and any other tips I can learn about them. So I spent a couple of days honing my Omen smokes, and it worked. I started smoking backside and chokes to block visibility, even if it was to help my teammates. At the start of the round, if it was rushing site, I always play smokes where the enemies frequently were, whether that be on high or on off angles. I even started smoking to create space, like in these examples. I know my gun isn't good for long ranges, so I smoke the choke, but in a way where the smoke is peeking out a lot. So once I'm in the smoke, I can either choose to TP out or wait with my judge or stinger, which actually does work. I'm still not perfect with my smokes. Like in 10 situations, I won't even realize I have them, but I'm at a place right now where I can start messing around with my enemies trying to defuse.
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
But all of this is basic smoke knowledge. Omen, from what I know, is the only character that can do smoke plays that other controllers can't. One of them being one-way smokes, but not in the traditional way like before. Most of the one-way smokes that are on YouTube have been patched, so there are a handful of places where you can do a one-way smoke, but they're too situational. But Omen is the only character that can smoke high, and the smoke will gradually fall down. And I got this idea from these YouTube shorts, so I started to do a one-way smoke on a choke wherever I was peeking that angle, which actually really works. It applies the same logic as a traditional one-way smoke, and you can even do it lower in some situation as Flex Ninja does, but I haven't been able to do it. I'm not there just yet. But at this point, I was happy with my smokes, and now moving on to paranoia. You can see my first game, I barely ever used Omen's blinds. I did use it like once in a good play, but that was it. And weirdly enough, I thought his blind was trash, to be completely honest, which is crazy. But before Omen, I was using Phoenix, and Phoenix's flashes can go around any corner. It's quick and fully flashes the opponent, but Omen's blinds near sights the enemy, meaning if you're close enough, they can still see you. The hitbox of his blind is a rectangle, so it was easy for me to just completely completely miss someone around the corner, and the animation is slow, so it would get me killed sometimes. So I went to the drawing board again and I watched these videos, and that's when I understood the power of this ability. Using it to slow down enemies to stop them from pushing, using it to clear out a whole room so my duelist can push forward, and the biggest play, the plays you can do with Shrouded Step. So we're just gonna move past Paranoia as there isn't much to say and speak about what makes Omen such a strong agent in my opinion. Omen is one of the best designed characters created in this game, as all of his abilities can be used to combo off each other, but the one that is key is his Shrouded Step, or TP. I'm just gonna call it TP from now on. At first, I didn't think it was that good because of how sound is in this game. In Valorant, everything makes a sound, so you know it's coming, but with Omen, the Q happens wherever he uses it, not where he teleports to, meaning you can TP behind someone without them even realizing it. But you have to understand though, there are other characters you can TP in this game: Chamber, Yoru, and the new agent Vito. But Omen's TP is just built different. Unlike the other agents where you have to place something in order to teleport, Omen could just TP wherever he's standing from, and he can TP to height or down below. And when I was using his TP, I was using it to get the off angle or teleporting through my smoke for some reason. I don't know why I was doing that. But after watching several videos, the things I got were to TP after a kill, to TP into my smokes, to use 2 TPs for deep movement, and to fake TP. Omen's TP is so versatile and it completely destroys these low rank players as they don't know how to deal with it, especially being able to get a kill and TPing straight after. I really underestimated how powerful this is. And a big tip, you can see where you will teleport on the map, which actually helped me a lot. But the main combo with this TP, as I mentioned before, is using Paranoia. Paranoia deafens people, meaning they can't hear anything around them. So it became second nature to me whenever I could to blind first and TP behind them, and it's just 3 kills at that point. And it's the same with his smokes, using 1 TP into the smoke and then another one to rotate from the smoke, which allows you to go deep into backside, which helped me get plays like this. I watch TikToks throughout my day, allow me to see set plays you can do if the enemy is pushing sight. One thing I do want to mention, however, is a fake teleport. The fake teleport is only good if the enemy is competent. There are several times where I blatantly teleport behind someone and they don't even turn around. So the fake teleport only works if the enemy is looking out for your teleport. It did work on this gold claw, but I literally don't have another clip of me doing this. And lastly, from the shadows, Omen's ultimate is weird. It is so powerful, allowing you to teleport wherever you want on the map, but it felt so situational to me at the beginning, and to be honest, it still kind of does. What used to be a play, but I've stopped doing it now, is using his ult to teleport into the enemy spawn, wait a little bit, and then push from behind. But there are times where the enemy expected it, or I was too far from my team and they got wiped, or even my team sweeps them anyways, so it felt like I was wasting my ult. So I haven't got much to say about Omen's ult. I watched these videos about it, and since then, my plays with Omen have grown a lot. One tip was to delay the defuse using his ult by ulting on the bomb, and this clip is probably one of my favorite plays, and using the ult to grab the spike, but I never planted the bomb anyways, so it was useless. I've also been planting on the opposite side where the enemies were, or ulting into backside, and it does work sometimes, but for me, Omen's ult is really underwhelming. I do wish it was something else. And with everything I've learned, these are the kind of plays I've been doing. And I've actually gotten to gold. So yeah, if you invest time and effort and watch the videos that I watched, you too can be as great as me. And shout out to all the Omen videos I watched during this journey. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video.